A billionaire's son was ready to find true love, but there was a problem. He didn't want a woman who loved him for his money, so he decided to hide his wealth, live simply, and hope the right woman would come along. And eventually, she did. But there was one problem. Not everyone approved of her, and what began as a simple love story would become a war very quickly. Anthony Coop was born into wealth, the flashy kind, glass towers, a name that opens all kinds of doors. His father, Tony Coop, was a popular billionaire in New York, and he is the heir to that empire. Anthony is a young man who believes in simple things. If I don't earn it, it is not mine. For now, he works in his father's company, hoping to build something for himself one day. One evening at dinner, his mother asked, "When are you getting married?" "I'm ready, but I want a woman who would love me for me, and not for our wealth." His father nodded, but his mother disagreed. A few days later, Anthony sat beside his father. "Your mother isn't entirely wrong," his father said. "For people like us, it's not always about how it starts, but the life you can build together. But I trust you will make the right choice," his father said. Anthony has a regular ritual, a routine. Once in a while, he disappeared. No driver, no security, just him. He would dress simply, take a bus or train, and go where nobody knew him, where nobody cared. He would sit in parks, feed birds, watch people. This always made him feel normal and simple, but this day was different. He went somewhere new, a park he had never visited. He had seen it online. Lots of birds. He brought just enough money for transport and food, nothing more. The journey was long. Bus, train, bus again. By the time he arrived, the sun had softened. The park was quiet. He liked it immediately. He walked into a small shop, picked up bird food, reached into his pocket. Nothing. He checked again. Still nothing. Then it hit him. He had been pickpocketed. $5 short, the shopkeeper said. He was confused and short of words. Then, a voice behind him. "It's okay. I'll cover it." Anthony turned, and everything paused. A beautiful young lady, with a smile of an angel, he thought to himself. She wasn't trying to stand out, but she did. Calm, soft, blissful. "Don't worry," she said. "It happens." She paid, and just like that, something was born. Anthony stepped outside, waited, then turned to her. "Can I have a minute of your time?" She smiled. Of course. Her name was Camila. She was from the Philippines, a small barangay in northern Palawan, the kind of place you don't reach by accident. She liked birds too. They started talking. Birds, then life, then everything in between. They agreed on some things, disagreed on many, and somehow that made it more interesting. They shared laughter and jokes. Time moved quietly. Hours passed. They walked, talked, laughed, and for Anthony, something felt different, something he had never felt before, at least not so quickly. When the day ended, neither of them wanted to leave. "Where do you stay?" he asked. "Around," she said. Her phone was in the shop for repairs, so Anthony wrote his phone number on a piece of paper. "Call me. I'll be waiting," he said. She smiled. "Bank on it." Then they went their separate ways. Just before he left, she paid for his transport home. Anthony sat on the bus, still in awe. He could not believe what had just happened to him. "I've found her," he thought to himself. That was officially the best day of his life. That night, Anthony couldn't sleep. He was full of excitement. The way she spoke, the way she smiled, the way everything felt effortless. He had met many people before, but this felt different. He reached for his phone, checked it. No call, no message. He placed it down, then picked it up again. Still nothing. Hours passed. Sleep never came. Morning arrived, but his mind never left that moment. At work, voices sounded distant. Meetings went on, but he heard nothing. For the first time in a long time, Anthony wasn't focused. He was waiting. The next day, no call. Second day, nothing. By the sixth day, reality started hitting hard. The call was not coming. Anthony was devastated. He had thought he found the one, only for her to disappear into thin air. Days passed, then weeks. Anthony went back to the park. Again and again, but she was never there. Not once. Eventually, he stopped going, and slowly, he accepted it. This was never meant to be, he said, but he was wrong. Because the girl who saved him was about to walk back into his life in a way he never saw coming. It had been 2 months. Life moved on, or at least, it looked like it did. One morning, Anthony walked into his building. Just another day, nothing unusual. He stepped into the lobby, and then he stopped, because standing right there was her, Camila, the girl he fell in love with at first sight, the girl he gave his phone number to and never called, the same girl he had sleepless nights over. It all came down rushing, but something strange happened. She wasn't just standing there. She is at work, wearing a uniform, a cleaner's uniform, inside his father's company. The girl he's been looking for never disappeared. She had been here all along, working for him. His heart raced. For a moment, he wanted to run to her, call her name, hug her, ask her why she disappeared. But something stopped him. I gave her my number, and she never called. That thought hit him hard. Maybe she chose not to. And then another thought crept in. She doesn't know who I am. If she finds out now, will she choose me or my name? Then he stepped back, lowered his head, and walked past her, like a stranger. But he couldn't let it go, not this time. That day, he sat in his car, waiting, watching his building, until finally, she walked out, still the same, still calm, still everything. Follow her, he told Femi. The driver looked at him briefly, then nodded. Yes, my Oga. Femi was loyal to him. He had come a long way from Nigeria, building a life far from home. So in moments like this, he didn't ask questions. He just drove. She took a bus, and they followed. When she got off, Anthony paused, then turned to Femi. Give me your jacket. He didn't want to look rich, not today. He stepped out and followed her on foot. Every step felt heavier, closer and closer, until finally, Camila. He called her name. For a moment, nothing. Then she turned and smiled. Anthony. She said his name, like she had been waiting to say it. How have you been? They moved closer. No hesitation, no distance. They hugged. And just like that, everything came rushing back. What happened? He asked. You never called. Her expression changed, soft and heavy at the same time. I lost it. The paper. The same day. I went back twice. I looked everywhere, but it was gone. Anthony stared at her. Not anger, not disappointment, but a pure relief. She didn't leave. She lost his phone number. And suddenly, everything made sense. They laughed, talked, walked again, like nothing had broken. Do you stay around here? She asked. Anthony paused, just for a second. Then, yes, a simple answer, without thinking, a dangerous one. Because one lie never stays alone. But in that moment, it felt easier. They exchanged numbers, properly this time. No paper, no risk. And just like that, they found each other again. But this time, Anthony intended never to let go. He got back in the car and went quiet, then turned to Femi. I need an apartment, Femi blinked. Sir? In this area. Furnish it. Simple. Nothing expensive. Femi stared at him, like he had lost his mind. I'm serious, Anthony said. A pause, then, yes, my Oga. And just like that, a new life began. A hidden one. Days turned into nights, nights into mornings, calls, messages, laughter. They spoke before sleep, after waking, in between everything. Sometimes they would even be at work together. Same building, and she never knew. Anthony moved into Camila's neighborhood. The lie became real. He didn't leave the mansion, of course. He just wanted to be close to her. They cooked, walked, argued, laughed, went back to the park, watched people, fed birds, like the first day. Only now, it meant more, because now they belonged to each other, and slowly, without force, without pressure, they fell in love. They fell deep. One evening, under the open sky, Camila looked at him. "I'm in love with you." Anthony smiled. "I was going to say it first." They laughed, argued about it, playfully. But in the end, it didn't matter, because they both felt it, and that was enough. 2 months passed, and for Anthony, those were the best days of his life. But not everyone was happy. His absence didn't go unnoticed. The missed dinners, the quiet distance, the lack of focus. His parents saw it and didn't know what was going on. One afternoon, the door burst open. "Anthony!" His mother stood there, furious. "What is this I'm hearing? You're living in some dirty apartment? In low-life neighborhoods? All because of a low-life girl? You've abandoned your work and this family. And who is this girl? Where is she from? Who's her parent?" Her voice didn't slow down, not once. "I am disappointed in you." She didn't wait for answers, didn't care for them, because she already had one. "You will stop seeing her immediately, or I will surprise you." Silence then. "No." Anthony's voice was calm, but firm. "I can't. She's the love of my life, and I will marry her. I don't care if she's rich or poor. She is what I choose." That moment changed everything. The room went cold. His mother stared at him. Disbelief, anger, and then something else. Something quieter, more dangerous, like she had already made up her mind. She turned and walked out. Anthony didn't care, because he had made up his mind. Camila was the one for him. He kept seeing Camila, kept loving her, kept choosing her, because for the first time, nothing else mattered. Not money, not status, not expectations, just her. Weeks passed. Things were going so well between them, and just when everything felt right, when everything felt certain, Anthony made a decision. "I'm going to tell her the truth about me. No more lies, no more hiding, just honesty." He picked up his phone, called her. The line didn't go through. He frowned, called again. Nothing. He went to her apartment, knocked, no answer. The caretaker stepped out. "She hasn't been back since yesterday." Silence. Anthony stood there, frozen and confused. Something wasn't right. Days passed, no calls, no messages, no Camila. And just like that, she was gone. Again. And this time, there was no clue, no explanation. Just silence, like she was never there. And this time, it broke him. Days passed, then nights, then more days. But nothing changed. Still no sign of Camila. Anthony searched everywhere. The streets she walked, the bus stops, the park. Nothing. It was like she never existed. And slowly, it started breaking him. He couldn't sleep, couldn't eat. At work, he sat in meetings, but heard nothing. At home, he stared into space, lost in thought. Same question, over and over again. Why? Why would she disappear again? This time, without a word. Days turned into weeks, and the silence became unbearable. Until one day, his parents called him in. "Son," his father's voice was calm, "what is going on with you? You don't eat. You don't focus. You're not yourself anymore." Anthony looked at them, tired, drained. "She's gone. Camila, she disappeared." Silence filled the room. His mother leaned forward. So this is why you've lost yourself? Her voice was different now, not angry, cold. Let me tell you the truth. She reached for a remote, pressed play. A video appeared on the screen. Anthony leaned forward, confused. And then he saw her, Camila, inside the building, standing in front of his mother. I called her in, his mother said calmly. I wanted to see the kind of woman you were ready to marry. Anthony's chest tightened. I offered her money. To leave you. The room felt heavier. She didn't hesitate. She took it. Anthony's eyes stayed fixed on the screen. Camila, smiling, taking the check, hugging his mother, and walking away just like that. She chose money over you. His mother's voice echoed in the room. So please, stop ruining your life over her. You deserve better. A woman who understands your world. But Anthony wasn't listening anymore, because everything inside him had just collapsed. The love, the memories, the way she looked at him, the way she said his name. Was it all a lie? He sat there, silent, empty, because this time he didn't have questions anymore. He had answers, and they hurt more. That night, he didn't cry, he didn't shout, he didn't react. He just changed. Something in him shut down, and from that day, Anthony was not the same. He stopped believing in love, stopped believing in people, stopped believing in anything that felt real. Months passed. He tried to move on, tried to meet new people. One dinner, she laughed too much. He just nodded, smiled, and left early. Another night, someone reached for his hand. He pulled away, without thinking. Days later, a message came in. I had a great time. He didn't reply, because no matter who he met, it never felt the same. They were not Camila. It wasn't them. It was him, or what was left of him. He became cold, distant, sometimes angry, for no reason. Almost a year passed, and one afternoon, Anthony sat in the back of his car, quiet, as Femi drove. Traffic slowed to a stop. A man approached the window. A beggar. He tapped on the glass, asking for help. His hands were dirty, rough, desperate. Anthony looked at him, and something snapped. Get away from my car! His voice was sharp, harsh, unrecognizable. The man stepped back, startled. Femi glanced in the mirror. He didn't say anything, but he saw it. That wasn't his Oga. That wasn't the man he knew. The drive continued, silent, heavy, until finally, Femi spoke. My Oga, can I say something? Anthony didn't look up. Go ahead. Femi hesitated. I didn't speak before, because I was afraid. I have a family. They depend on me. But, he paused, gathering courage. You are not yourself anymore. Anthony looked up slightly. You are in pain. And it's changing you? Another pause, then. What if I told you she didn't leave you? Silence. Complete silence. Anthony's eyes lifted, slowly. What do you mean? Femi took a breath. That day, your mother called her. She told her who you really are. She offered her money. Anthony's jaw tightened. She refused. She said her love was not for sale. Anthony's heart skipped. For the first time in months, something moved. But your mother changed the story. She told her it was a test, and that she passed, that she could be with you. And then she insisted she take the money. She said she would need it to fit into your world. Anthony's breathing slowed, focused. She accepted it, but not the way you think. She didn't take it to leave you. She took it because she believed she had been accepted. Femi looked ahead, then said the words that changed everything. She was arrested. Anthony froze. Immigration officers, right outside the building. That was not a coincidence. Silence filled the car, thick, heavy. I heard them. They told her if she ever comes back or tries to contact you, she will pay for it with her life. Anthony's hands clenched tightly. So she didn't leave you. She was forced out. She had no choice. And just like that, everything changed. The anger, the pain, the betrayal, it all shifted into something else. Truth. Anthony leaned back, breathing heavier now, because the worst part was not losing her. It was believing she chose to leave when she didn't. Take me home. His voice was low, controlled, but something in it had changed. Something dangerous. That night, Anthony walked into the house, straight to his mother. You did this. No hesitation, no doubt. She didn't deny it. I did. Her voice was calm. I saved you. You were making a mistake. Anthony laughed, but there was no humor in it. You destroyed my life. His father stepped in, confused. What is going on? Anthony turned. She was taken. She didn't leave. His father looked at his wife, and for the first time, he realized he didn't know everything. That night, nothing was the same, and for the first time, Anthony had something again. Not peace, not happiness, but purpose. The next morning, his father sat across from him. I didn't know. His voice was serious now. But I will fix this. She worked here. We can find her. Anthony said nothing, but his eyes said everything. Hope. Something he lost a long time ago. Days passed. Weeks passed. Slowly. Painfully. Anthony wasn't the same. He became even worse. The only thing that kept him going was the hope that his father would find Camila. And that became his life purpose. Until one afternoon, his father walked in and said, "We found her." Anthony looked up, heart racing, chest beating fast. "Where is she?" he asked. The father didn't answer. He dropped a file on the table. Anthony opened it and froze, shock on his face. His father dropped the file on the table. "We found her. She's in the Philippines." Anthony opened it and froze. The girl he thought he had lost forever was alive. Those words didn't bring relief. They brought fear, because finding her was only half the battle. What if he was already too late? That night, Anthony couldn't sleep. His mind kept racing. What if she moved on? What if she hates me? What if... He stopped himself, because there was only one way to find out. The next morning, he made his decision. "I'm going." His father looked at him, proud. "You have my blessing. Take the jet. Go get your girl, son." And just like that, the journey began. He flew into Manila, a country he had never been to, a place he knew nothing about. At the private lounge, an officer looked at him. "Reason for your visit?" Anthony paused, then said, "I'm here to fight." The officer raised a brow. "To fight for the love of my life." A small smile, a quiet laugh. "Then make sure you win." Anthony nodded. "I'll try." And just like that, he stepped into a different world. It wasn't like home, not the glass towers, not the silence of wealth, but something about it felt alive, warm, real, the people, the smiles, the energy. It was different, and he liked it. But he didn't come for that. He came for her. He pulled out the address, a small barangay in northern Palawan, a place far from everything, a place you don't find by accident. The journey was long, 12 hours from Manila, rough roads, unfamiliar paths. He found a driver, Nimuel, kind, talkative. "I can only take you so far," he said. "You'll continue the rest on your own." Anthony nodded. That was enough. They drove for hours, through roads that felt endless, through places untouched, and along the way, Nimuel spoke about home, about life, about how simple things can still be enough. Anthony listened, because for the first time, he understood. When they reached the end of the road, Nimuel stopped. This is where I leave you." Anthony stepped out, looked ahead. There was no road, only distance. He walked, 2 kilometers, then a boat, then more walking, step by step, getting closer, not just to her, but to something else, something he had been missing: peace. By the time he arrived, the sun had softened, and the air felt different. He asked around, "Camila?" People looked at him, curious, then pointed. He followed, until he reached a small house. 2 older women sat outside. Before he could speak, "You are Anthony?" He froze. "How do you know me?" They smiled. "She told us." They welcomed him, like he belonged there. They told him she had returned, but she didn't stay there anymore. She moved. Anthony's heart sank slightly. "But you can't travel tonight," they said. "Rest." He ate, listened, shared stories. They spoke of Camila, of how she never forgot him, of how she hoped one day he would come. That night, Anthony sat quietly, looking at the sky, and for the first time, he believed. The next morning, they packed food for him, wished him luck, and sent him on his way. The journey continued. Boat, road, hours passing, from the quiet village to El Nido, then further south to Puerto Princesa. The world changed again. More people, more movement, closer to everything, closer to her. Every mile made his heart race faster, because now there was no turning back. He found the place, stood outside, paused, took a breath, then walked in, and there she was, Camila. She turned and froze, shock, disbelief. "Anthony," she whispered, like she wasn't sure he was real, and in that moment, nothing else mattered. Not the distance, not the pain, not the time, just them. They moved closer, and just like that, the truth unfolded, piece by piece. The money, the lie, the arrest, the warning, everything. And in that moment, they understood. It was never about love failing. It was about it being taken away. And now, it was back. They couldn't believe it, standing right in front of each other. After all the time, the pain, the heartbreak, they were finally here. They spoke about everything, the lies, the arrest, the journey to find her. And in the end, it was all worth it. "Come, I want to introduce you to someone," Camila said. "Who?" Anthony asked. "A baby." "Your son," she said. Anthony was speechless. He couldn't believe it. The cry didn't even announce itself. The joy was beyond anything he had ever imagined. "I have a son." "Yes," she said. "I was pregnant without even knowing it, but I knew one day we would meet again." She looked at him. "I'm glad you fought against all odds to find me, and I hope, this time, we can do better." Days passed, then more. Anthony stayed, not because he had to, but because he wanted to. He saw her life, what she had built, with the money she never asked for, not wasted, not hidden, but used, to create something, a beginning. He admired it, respected it, and loved her even more for it. One evening, as the sun set, Anthony looked at her. "I'm not going back." She smiled slightly. "What do you mean?" "I mean, you are my life, and I want to build it here, with you." A pause, then he took a breath. "Marry me." Silence. For a moment, everything stood still. Then, she smiled through tears. "Yes." And just like that, love won. Not easily, not perfectly, but honestly. They built together, expanded her guest house, turned it into something bigger, something meaningful. Anthony spoke to his parents, told them his decision. He wasn't coming back. Not to that life, not anymore. Time passed, they got married, simple, beautiful, by the ocean. A new beginning, a new life. His parents came, his father with pride, and his mother with regret. She stood before Camila and said the words she never thought she would say. "I was wrong," and for the first time, she meant it. Years passed. They built a life, not loud, but in peace. And for Anthony, that was everything. Because in the end, he didn't just find love, he chose it against everything. And that made all the difference. And this is the end of the story. But tell me, in the end, Anthony left his empire and chose love over wealth. Was that the right choice or a blind one? What would you have done? Tell me in the comments. And if this story meant something to you, don't keep it to yourself. Share it